I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points?
I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this sauce.
I'm kind of on the fence now.
Greetings. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday morning to you all, or Sunday afternoon, or whenever you watch this. I get it's going to be NFL Sunday tomorrow. We'll be betting that as well, but there is some baseball on. We're going to run through these all, not super fast. There's a couple games that I want to talk about, a couple easy passes as well. I got slaughtered today. Not too mad about it. Sauce gave me a couple winners in college football. A couple of the losses, like the Giants walk-off. Our Giants walk-off loser, I should say. Hard to get mad about that, whatever. Yankees total, we bet over 9. It closes at 10 in some places, whatever. I bet Baltimore first 5, they lose, they win full game. That was lucky-ass shit. But still, it hurts when you bet the first 5 and they win the full game. So I know, Spoon, I know you had a pretty bad one as well. It is what it is.
Yeah, all the bets I had CLV on lost pretty solidly, so that's never fun to see.
I knew the over. I placed the over in that Tampa Bay game, and I woke up and it was 8. I knew that was dead right away. So that was, I didn't even have to like pay attention. I thought when it was tied late that I might get a little bit lucky, but not so much. But anyway, let's get into this slate. Seattle finally comes out of their spell and puts up a whole bunch of runs. Julio Rodriguez with 2 home runs today. Now they have Castillo, who's been an absolute gas can on the mound, at least over his last few starts. Again, Spencer Strider, I don't know if I can actually bet Seattle. I really want to. What are your thoughts?
I want to bet Seattle, and I want to bet the over. I haven't moved on this game, but I mean, Luis Castillo, what does he struggle with? It's lefties, and that's all the good bats for the Braves. 5 earned runs in back-to-back games versus Tampa Bay and San Diego, and Spencer Strider on the other side, he looked decent versus the Cubs, just 3 earned runs, 5 innings pitched, had a good game versus Miami. But before those games, I mean, this guy was just terrible. You can get a juiced 8.5 if you want it, but I think a 9 in this park with these two teams, I think we can get over this total.
I don't hate that. You can put Seattle up for me. If there wasn't NFL Sunday on tomorrow, I know I'm going to have a whole bunch of bets there. I probably bet them. I'm not sure if I do. I want to see what this line movement does, but I agree that we'll see runs there. But on paper, Spoon is 100% correct that Castillo should pitch well against this Braves lineup because, like you said, struggles with lefties and all that stuff. I just don't know what to think of Seattle. I personally don't think they're as bad as what they've shown. But again, if you can't get out of your own way and you're not winning baseball games, it's just really hard to back you on the road. But I still think this price is ridiculous with Spencer Strider. I mean, I'm not at any point trying to go to bat for Luis Castillo. But on paper, like I said, versus a whole bunch of righties, he should be fine. And on top of that, it's not like the Braves are killing right-handed pitching anyway at all. So they're 28th in WRC plus OPS, all those categories that we like at home, and versus right-handed pitching over the last 14 days. And it's not like they saw Cade Horton, and that's like the best guy that they saw. They're seeing people like Ben Brown, Colin Ray, Savali, Aaron Nola, Gusto, Alcantara, whatever. I mean, he's been decent. He got throttled today, but regardless, it's not like they're seeing the who's who. So not that Castillo is either, but it would only be Seattle for me. Next game on the board, Cleveland. Who's that? Cleveland? Yeah. Cleveland on the road in Tampa Bay. Parker Messick, Drew Rasmussen. Yeah. I don't know. I think I have an obsession with betting Cleveland. Spoon, what are your thoughts?
Parker Messick's looked really elite out there on the mound so far. The changeup that he throws, really hard for anybody to touch. It plays really well with his fastball. He already saw this Tampa Bay team, went 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, gave up 4 hits, but he followed that up with a road start in Boston. Gave up 9 hits there, 3 earned runs, didn't make it out of the 4th inning. I think the second time around for the Rays, it'll be a little bit easier to hit this lefty. They've already seen all of his pitches, and you can only do so much. The longer a rookie gets out there, the more I kind of worry about him. our numbers on the spreadsheet for the Rays don't really look that great versus left-handers, but they've been getting runs off everybody they've seen. Logan Allen, they just got 3 off of. Mitchell Parker, they got 3 off of. Messick pitched a great game against them, but Liberatore, they got 4. Rodon, 2. Lopez, again, a rookie, pitched a great game, blanked him, but Jeffrey Springs, Tyler Anderson, they both got 4 off of. So I think they can find a way to get some runs off him. And Drew Rasmussen, this is a guy I trust a lot more. I think he can pitch well to this Cleveland team in this ballpark. Not ready to lay the 150, but I could build a -1 here.
Yeah, I just am not in love with this Rays team like that. That's why you can put Cleveland up for pass. I agree that the Rays at home are kind of a different animal, but them versus left-handed pitching, I know that you just went through it, but at the same time, that's still not enough for me to lay it with this team. So I would agree. This is also a pretty run-scoring environment for Parker Messick after coming out of Arizona, home against Tampa Bay, and then on the road against Boston. And that spot against Boston, he did not look good. Neither one of his road starts, he was particularly good. I know the Arizona start looks good, but it could have been a lot worse, I personally think. But regardless, that's a AAA lineup. I mean, this Rays team at home is a little bit different story. But regardless, I still don't think the Rays should be that big of a favorite. So it would only be Cleveland for me. I'm not betting this game, though. Next game on the board, Milwaukee on the road in Pittsburgh. The Miz versus Bubba Chandler. Fun matchup. Really fun matchup. 2 of the best young arms in the league if you think that Mizorowski's good. Spoon, what are your thoughts on this one?
I was trying to find a way to back Bubba Chandler here. I don't know how long he's actually going to be in this game. Probably about as long as Mizorowski is. So maybe 4 innings out of these guys. Just ultimately, I can't get there. This Brewers team's too good. They find ways to score off everybody. Dodgers got a couple runs off Bubba Chandler. I think the Brewers will find a way too. And once we get into the bullpens, I think the Brewers will have their way with them. So Brewers -152, put it up for me.
You can put up the Pirates for me for sure. This is not a bit. I don't think that Mizorowski's that good, guys, at all. I really do not. It's funny because Trevor talks about Tyler Anderson rolling out of bed and giving up 3 runs. That's exactly what Mizorowski does every single time he goes out there. So you can maybe find 1 or 2 starts that he didn't do that. Besides that, it's like 4 innings of 3 runs. So I'm not at any point trying to lay heavy juice when Mizorowski's on the mound. So I know that we give Trevor a lot of credit or a lot of crap for the Brewers, but again, I do not really think that Mizorowski has been impressive at all in any way, shape, or form, personally. So, again, we'll see what happens, but it would only be Pittsburgh for me. I just want to see if this game gets bet up, because if it does, I'll probably actually take a stab with Pittsburgh. Next game on the board, Toronto on the road in Yankee Stadium. Max Scherzer, Max Fried. Does Max Fried finally have his stuff together and can finally pitch well against this Toronto team like he did his first time he's faced them this year? I don't know. We'll see. What are your thoughts?
He's got 3 straight really good starts. Houston, Washington, and Boston. Boston's lineup was fully healthy when he blanked them over 6 innings. I think he's starting to feel a lot better. This Blue Jays lineup really hasn't been getting to the good lefties they've seen. Matthew Boyd went 7 innings pitched, made 1 mistake up there on the mound. They got 2 runs off him there. Patrick Corbin, they touched up, but he's a poor lefty. Snell and Kershaw combined to go 11 innings, just 1 earned run. They touched the bad lefties there in Colorado, Freeland and Palmquist. But, I mean, when good lefties come out, Skubal blanked them too. I think Fried can come out here, pitch really well versus this Jays lineup tomorrow. Scherzer, I've liked him the second half of the season, but he's coming off 2 straight outings, giving up at least 4 earned runs, give up 9 hits, didn't make it out of the 4th inning in that last game. And the Yankees lineup is just touching every single right-hander they see right now. 3 or 4 runs off every single pitcher on the board. It doesn't matter, good, bad. So I think Scherzer finds a way to give up some runs. The Yankees get this win tomorrow. They desperately need it. You can put me up for Yankees.
Yeah, you can put the Yankees up for me, Sauce. Unless you want to type, you can put first 5 on the run line at -115. I do like that a little bit better, but I think that Max Fried has finally got his stuff together. I know that the lineups that he has faced when he's been right, as far as Boston, Washington, and Houston, aren't super scary like Toronto is. But at the same time, I think that mentally, I think he's probably in a lot different place, and I would expect him to continue to pitch well. I mean, he is. I mean, after all, one of the better pitchers in baseball and has been for a while. So, I mean, I like to give him crap because he was on the Braves and stuff. But when he's right, he's pretty damn good. And Spoon touched on it. The Blue Jays numbers versus left-handed pitching could be a little fugazi because when they face really good guys, they're not really as impressive. And I know that the Yankees offense didn't really show up the other night, but the first game in this series when the Blue Jays won. But I mean, they've been, like he said, been absolutely slaughtering right-handed pitching, and they should. I mean, do we really trust Max Scherzer to continue to pitch at the way he was when the stretch where he faced Pittsburgh, the Cubs, the Dodgers, and Kansas City? I mean, all four of those lineups were essentially dead at the time. And then Minnesota and Milwaukee, his last two starts at home, mind you, two teams that I know Minnesota is pretty bad, but offensively they've kind of figured things out, so they've been scoring some runs. And Milwaukee's been good. Both of those lineups, he got kind of hit up pretty bad. So I have no reason to believe that the Yankees can't get to him. Not to mention the fact that he struggles with lefties, and the Yankees are going to be loaded with left. They're going to have 6 lefties in the lineup tomorrow. I think the Yankees get to him early. I think the Yankees win this one easy. There's probably a reason that they're such big favorites. Next game on the board, Dodgers on the road in Baltimore. Clayton Kershaw versus Sagano. I don't know why the Dodgers are big favorites again, but what are your thoughts on this one? Do you think Sagano can go out there and pitch well to this Dodgers team?
I mean, the Dodgers, if we look at the right-handers they've seen recently, are not scoring runs. They got 4 off Brandon Pfaadt, 4 off Nick Martinez, but in the last 10 starters, they haven't got more than 3 runs off anybody, and there's a lot of zeros on that board. Sagano, though, coming off a start where he gave up 7 earned runs to the Giants. The Giants have really been touching everybody. Before that, 4 earned runs to Boston, and he had been on a good stretch before that. So I don't know if Sagano can come out there and pitch well. Price-wise, I think I could only be on the Orioles here. The Dodgers are still being priced like the best team in baseball, and they're really not playing like it since the All-Star break. Clayton Kershaw just got touched by Pittsburgh. Why can't the Orioles do the same thing? This is a tough one for me. I probably won't bet it.
Yeah, I want to see what this line does. You could put Baltimore up, Sauce. Clayton Kershaw has been really good, but he has been a lot more vulnerable on the road. His last 4 starts on the road: Pittsburgh, Colorado, Tampa Bay, and Boston. Tampa Bay was good, but the other ones were mediocre at best. Actually, not good at all for Pittsburgh and Boston. And the Colorado start, 3 runs in 5 2/3 in Colorado. It's not great, but whatever. It's not that bad either. But Sagano had been pitching really good, kind of ran into a Boston team that was kind of getting hot at the time and then kind of fell off. But regardless, I don't really put too much stock into him giving up 4 runs to Boston. And then on the road in San Francisco's been on a roll. So that kind of came to a halt today, as we know. But at the same time, I don't really fault him too much for that. But again, the Dodgers haven't been playing even 500 baseball for 2 months now. And on top of the fact that both of these are the Baltimore bullpen is going to be rested and ready to go. Aiken, Cano, all those guys had the day off today. And the Dodgers bullpen, and I mean, I keep on telling you, they're absolutely terrible. But Scott and Trident both work today, and so they're going to be on back-to-back days. So they're not going to have their 2 best arms in the bullpen. I'm sure most likely, I think everybody's figured out that Tanner Scott's not a closer. I've been trying to tell you guys that. But, I mean, now that bullpen, without those 2 guys, regardless, I mean, now it's kind of taxed. There's no reason that the Dodgers should be this big of favorites. Oh, one other thing. Baltimore versus left-handed starters has actually been pretty decent. They got 6 runs off of Robbie Ray. They got a couple off of Garrett Crochet in 6 innings. They got 3 off of Framber, 5 off of Ranger Suarez, 3 off of Jesus Luzardo. Matthew Boyd pitched well against them. They destroyed Easton Lucas. So versus lefties, it hasn't been that bad either. So it would only be Baltimore for me. Phillies on the road in Miami. Do you guys have a line for this one? I looked like 20 minutes ago, but I didn't see one. Yeah. So next game, Mets on the road in Cincinnati. Hunter Green, fresh off of shellacking in Dodger Stadium. Do you think he finds a way to pitch well here against the Mets and this rookie on the mound?
I think the Mets can get to Hunter Green. For
do
me,
I.
it's can this rookie pitch well?
Fair.
It looks like he's got fairly good stuff. He can touch 100 miles an hour with his fastball. His best rated pitch is his changeup. So it's always great to have a couple pitches you can throw besides that fastball. Looking at his minor league outings, it looks like he really struggles with lefties. And if we go up and down this Reds lineup, you only have 2, maybe 3 lefties in that lineup tomorrow. So I think this is a fairly decent spot for him to start. The Reds, even though this is a hitter-friendly park, have not been hitting here. I think they can find a way to maybe get 1 or 2 runs off him, but I think this kid goes out there and gives us 5 innings of good baseball, and the Mets bullpen comes in. I'm going to play the Mets money line. I think
Let's
it's
go!
Hunter Green right now pitched well versus Toronto, but I mean, if we go back, the Dodgers got to him, LA got to him. He's coming off an injury where he missed a good chunk of the season, so I don't know how comfortable he is. And I mean, this Mets lineup is just getting runs off everybody, 6s, 5s, 4s on the board. So I think Hunter Green, even if he goes out there with his best stuff, is still going to give up a few runs. And there's no way they let him pitch into the 8th inning or anything. So we'll get runs off this bullpen.
And I forgot that he did have a home start against Toronto after that Dodger start for Hunter Green, so I apologize for that. But for me, it was the price that screamed everything for me. Obviously, the Mets have been playing, decent baseball. They've been scoring a lot of runs, but it hasn't translated to winning a whole bunch of games. I mean, they're only 6-5 their last 11, 12-9 their last 20. So it's not like they're winning a whole bunch of games. But you have Hunter Green at home, and he's only minus 120 or so versus a guy who's going to be making his major league debut. I just think that the price kind of told me everything. I 100% agree with the bullpen situation as well. I don't know how long you're going to see Hunter Green, but I agree with you. He's coming off of 2. He's been going 5 or 6 innings. That's fine. But at the same time, he hasn't really been facing really good lineups either. Not ones like the Mets. I mean, the Toronto one, I'll give you that. But the Dodgers on the road, the Angels on the road, Philadelphia, Milwaukee. Milwaukee is somewhat decent. The Royals, Chicago. I think that this Mets offense kind of gets 100 Green tomorrow. I think there's a reason that they're only a short plus, getting plus money at such a short odds. So very curious to see how that kid pitches in Great America Ballpark to start, though. The only thing that gave me confidence, though, is that there's been so much unders in that park that you don't really have to worry about that Reds offense, So anyway, White Sox on the road in Detroit. Davis Martin, Charlie Morton. Your thoughts on this one?
This is a pass game for me. If I was forced to do something, I'd bet Detroit -1, but I mean, you have to put a lot of faith into Charlie Morton to do that. This guy gave up 6 earned runs, didn't make it out of the 4th inning versus the Mets. The Athletics tagged him for 5, but those are much better lineups, better scoring environments than what he's going to face here tomorrow in Chicago. This White Sox lineup, I mean, they've been getting to righties, it looks like on paper, but who are the righties? It's Taj Bradley twice, it's Bailey Ober. Everybody else is pitching really well. I think Charlie Morton's still got a few tricks up his sleeve. I think the Tigers find a way to put a couple cricket innings up on Davis Martin and win this game.
Yeah, you could put up over or pass for me. Super emphasis on the pass. But I 100% agree. Charlie Morton hasn't pitched well in a while. I mean, there's a couple of decent starts in there against Minnesota on the road somehow in Houston. But the Mets destroyed him. The Athletics destroyed him. The Angels destroyed him. It hasn't really been pretty. And the White Sox have been decent on the road. It's kind of hit or miss with this team, but they have been decent on the road. And the Tigers' offense versus right-handed pitching has been fine. But anyway, it's a heavy pass. I want nothing to do with a 9 in that game. Twins on the road in Kansas City. Bailey Ober, Michael Lorenzen. Oh, man. I really want to play the Royals again, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to lay -130 or more with Mr. Lorenzen on the mound. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a decent price. We do a Bailey Ober on the other side to lessen that juice. This guy's given up 4 earned runs in his last 2 outings. the last time he pitched well was versus Kansas City, and it's the only time in his last 10 games that he's had a decent start. I think that's a little bit of an anomaly. I think they find a way to put some runs up on him tomorrow. Michael Lorenzen, a little bit hard to trust. This guy goes out there, gives you 2 or 3 inning baseball just about every time. But I mean, this Minnesota lineup has gotten to a few righties recently, but Jonathan Cannon, Davis Martin, Aaron Savale, I mean, they saw the White Sox 7 out of their last 10 righties, so it's going to look good recently. I think the Kansas City Royals find a way to win this game pretty handily. The bullpen's in a decent situation. I don't trust the Twins bullpen. Bailey Ober's out there on the mound. Give me the Royals.
Yeah, I was laughing because that was like the one point that I wanted to make, is that all these Twins numbers versus righties look decent, but they're all versus the White Sox. So it's really hard to get a really good view of what it really is. So yeah, it would only be the Royals for me. Lorenzen hasn't been like terrible, but again, it's just one of those situations where, do I really want to lay minus 130 with the Royals on a Sunday? Not really. It's just not a position I really want to be in. So it would only be Royals or pass though. Next game on the board. Man, the books are like testing my patience right now. Giants on the road in St. Louis. Look, this Tang kid, I don't know how to pronounce his name. If I did it wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm not saying he's good. But in what world is Sonny Gray and this Cardinals team a minus 155 favorite against anybody? I'll wait. Your thoughts?
Earlier in the season, Sonny Gray was just absolutely dominant at home, but his ERA keeps creeping up. His last home start gave up 7 earned runs, 13 base runners to the Athletics. This isn't the same friendly confines they're used to. The crowd doesn't really show up for these games. Sonny Gray's their best pitcher, so if they're ever going to be favored, it's going to be with him. And Kai Tang, I mean, this guy's been pretty terrible out there on the mound. He had one good start versus Washington, but I mean, 5 earned runs to the Mets, didn't make it out of the 4th inning. 6 earned runs to the Padres, didn't make it out of the 2nd inning. Sees the Padres again immediately. Almost goes 4 innings, gives up 4 base runners, 2 earned runs. Colorado tagged him for 9 hits, just 2 earned runs there. I think this is an over. You can get a 7.5 minus 120 right now.
Interesting.
These Giants bats, they keep showing up. They've been hitting absolutely everybody they see recently. I think they can get some runs off of Sonny Gray tomorrow, and I think the Cardinals find a way to continue putting runs up on Tang. The over 7.5, you can put me up for. I'm pretty close to betting it.
I mean, I can't argue that if you think that the Cardinals are going to score against this kid, because he's been, like you said, bad. But the Cardinals have been equally as bad. They won today, but they won. I mean, it was like a complete blow up by Ryan Walker. I mean, Jesus Christ. So I don't really put too much stock into that. I still have a Giants team that's killing right-handed pitching, that's killing pitching on the road. They're destroying bad arms. I will give you that. But at the same time, like Spoon just illustrated, Sonny Gray's a bad arm right now. So I don't see why we're getting the Giants. The Giants have a full bullpen behind the kid. The Cardinals are absolutely terrible versus right-handed pitching. They're terrible at home. There's nobody going to be there tomorrow. Like I don't understand why we're getting the Giants at this price. So you can put the Giants up for me. I might put a small half a unit on it just because I feel like the price is ridiculous. Next game on the board, Washington on the road in Chicago. Kind of a weird game today. 2-1, 2 early games. Cubs offense obviously didn't show up again. Shocker. Now the Nationals have Alvarez, some kind of kid on the mound, versus Colin Ray. What are your thoughts on Colin Ray and your boys as big favorites tomorrow?
I don't get the price.
I don't know either.
It seems way too high. It's not going to be an easy run scoring environment. Wind blowing in, temperatures in the 60s in Wrigley tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty cold for baseball weather. Colin Ray has not looked sharp in his last few outings. San Francisco got 10 base runners off him, 6 earned runs, didn't make it out of the 5th inning. Just went 4 innings versus Atlanta, 8 base runners, 3 earned runs. Guy really struggles with lefties, and Washington has lefties at the top of that lineup. I think it's only going to take a few runs to really win this game tomorrow. Andrew Alvarez, he's only had one outing in the major league so far, but he looked really sharp. Not your typical flamethrower coming up from the minors kind of kid. Throws a slider more than anything, has a curveball that he throws just as much as his four-seam fastball. Doesn't overpower you with speed, but has a ton of movement on all those pitches. I think that coupled with the really pitcher-friendly weather in Chicago tomorrow, I think he goes out there and pitches well. I have a hard time getting to the Cubs in any fashion. You can put me up for the Washington Nationals plus 161 at this price. I think this is too far. The Cubs should be maybe minus 160 here tops. Probably won't bet this.
Yeah, I just 100% agree. It would only be Washington for me. I wouldn't. This is the. I mean, if you're really trying to bet this game, I wouldn't hate taking a run and a half with Washington either. It's hard to see this Cubs team winning by margin. With the hitter or with the pitcher friendly weather. And like he said, Alvarez didn't look terrible versus Miami, but again, it's just more price than anything for me. The Cubs shouldn't be this big of favorites versus anybody. Next game on the board, Houston on the road in Texas. Framber Valdez will be getting the start for the Astros. I know it says Luis Garcia on the graphic there. It just got changed. The Astros came out and said that Framber Valdez will be starting tomorrow versus Patrick Corbin. Spoon, I think you know where I'm going on this one. What are your thoughts?
So I like the Astros matchup versus Patrick Corbin. 3 of his last 4 starts, this guy's given up more than 4 earned runs, 5 earned runs to Arizona, 4 to Kansas City, 7 to Toronto. He blanked LA, but I think that's kind of just an anomaly there. I really want to take the Astros. I had actually already bet them, and there was a pitcher change, and I had it locked to action. So that's going to end up being null and void. But I think I'm going to go back and bet them again. Kind of struggling with how he's going to come out here and pitch. Obviously had that whole blow up in his last start. They made a big deal about it. Crossed up his catcher right there after giving up the grand slam. I think he probably wants to go out there and pitch really well. He's a major league guy. I always expect him to bounce back, but he's pitched really poorly on the road now for over a month now. Yankees got him. Red Sox got him. I mean, a lot of teams are getting to him. This Rangers lineup, though, they're missing Corey Seager. Simeon's not there. The lineup just looks barren bones to me. I think he can go out there and pitch pretty elite. I'm going to be on the Astros minus 125.
Could not agree more. Have a full unit and a half on the Astros myself with Framber Valdez on the mound. Yes, he has not been fantastic on the road lately. I personally don't care about any of that. He's a guy that I trust just in general. And you could make a case that, I mean, the Detroit game, it is what it is. It just kind of, I mean, it was just terrible from the start. You kind of just throw that out. Things happen on the road in Yankee Stadium in Boston. I don't worry about those type of getting hit up like that versus this Texas team, especially in Globe Life Field. Gave up some runs against the Dodgers. Same thing. That doesn't really compare with me as far as the Rangers are concerned. And as far as Patrick Corbin is concerned, he's turned back into a pumpkin. I know that he was turning or pitching at a decent level at one point, but over his last 7 starts, it hasn't been pretty. And the thing that concerns me the most is that he hasn't been going deep into games. So he had one really good home start against the Angels on the 26th of last month, where he went 8 innings. But besides that, it's 5 2/3, 3 2/3, 2 1/3, 4 1/3, 3 innings, 5 innings. Those are home and road starts regardless. But for me, I think you're going to get Patrick Corbin for 4, maybe 5 innings, and then you're going to get multiple shots at this Houston bullpen. And even if Framber doesn't really have all of his stuff, Houston won today going away. They didn't have to use any of their major bullpen arms. So all those guys at the top are going to be rested and ready to go. I know that the Astros haven't been like fantastic versus left-handed pitching, but they didn't hit well against Rodon and Fried. They got to Kikuchi. Tyler Anderson had a great day against him. Congratulations. They got to Freeland. No one's getting to Trevor Rogers. They got to Cade Povich. They didn't get to Skubal. I mean, the guys that they didn't get to, nobody really gets to. So it's really hard for me to worry about them versus left-handed pitching. I hope this price goes up a lot before tomorrow. I don't know if it will, but the Astros are by far my favorite play tomorrow. Next game on the board, San Diego on the road in Colorado. Oh, and by the way, that would make Houston like 6 games up of Texas in that division, pretty much sealing it up for at least getting Texas out of that race. Shout out to the Padres for finally figuring out how to win a baseball game. They still gave up 8 runs, which is not good. So Dylan Cease, Padres on the road in Colorado. Dylan Cease, Tanner Gordon. Rule hasn't changed. Under any circumstances, do not lay juice with this Padres team. You can put the Rockies up for me. Dylan Cease in Coors Field, absolutely not. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that game. Padres are going to have everybody in their bullpen and all that good stuff. It's nothing crazy like that, but there's no chance in hell that I lay this type of juice with this Padres team right now. Spoon, your thoughts?
I was looking back at Cease's starts in Coors. It looks like the first time he pitched here, he pitched 7 innings, 1 hit, just gave up 1 run. 2 starts since then, a little more recently. Hasn't made it out of the 6th inning, given up 3 or 4 runs in both starts. I think Tanner Gordon can pitch pretty well here. He's shown the ability to pitch well in Coors. Just 2 earned runs to the Cubs, just 1 earned run to the Dodgers. I think this is a spot where you got to be on the Rockies. This price is just too heavy for San Diego. I don't know if you really need to do the money line. You can still get like +2 at -110-ish. That's probably more where I'd be at.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I would lay that price with the Padres now. Anywho, next game. Athletics on the road in Disneyland. Severino on the bump versus Mitch Ferris. Kind of a weird price considering we should kind of trust Severino on the road, right?
I believe it's a weird price.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
Wait, Angels are on the road here?
I'm sorry, the Athletics are on the road. Excuse me. We like Severino on the road. So
my bad. I mixed up Severino and Soriano.
You're good.
So Mitch Ferris only has 1 start so far in the major leagues. Went 5 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits and 1 earned run to the Kansas City Royals. I think this Athletics team is a more stout lineup top to bottom than the Royals are. They don't necessarily have this big names that the Royals do, but I mean, just the 1 through 9, there's so many less holes. I think he has a harder time pitching tomorrow to the Athletics, and I think Luis Severino goes out and pitches a really good game versus the Angels. All season long, he's been bad at home and good on the road. 2.94 ERA in the full season on the road. This Angels lineup doesn't scare me that much right now. No Trout in it. Severino struggles with lefties. You only have 1 lefty in the Angels lineup. -120. I was on the Athletics today. I think I'm going to be on them again tomorrow. This price is too short for me.
Pretty much copy and paste everything he said. I'm going to be betting the A's as well. The only thing I can also add is that Severino's had some bad home starts, but I mean, he did have a decent home start against Seattle his last time out at home, and then followed it up with, 3 runs over 6 innings against Washington, and then a really good start in St. Louis where he didn't give up anything. But he hasn't been pitching terrible over his last 7 starts at all. So I know that he dealt with an injury and whatnot, but again, I just don't understand this price. This A's offense on the road has been one of the best offenses in baseball. They're 8th in WRC plus, they're 7th in OPS, they're 8th in WOBA on the full season. So it dips up and down at sometimes, obviously, like all teams do, but they've been very consistent on the road this year. So I don't really worry about the A's offense on the road. So yeah, I'll be betting the A's as well. Next game on the board, Boston on the road in Arizona. Brian Bayo on the mound versus Ryan Nelson. Quick gun to my head, under or pass? What are your thoughts?
I like the under look. I can't do an under with the Diamondbacks bullpen. You can get all the way to the end of that game, and they can give up.
I don't know if we have to worry about the Red Sox offense at this point, though. So,
that being said, I think I could only be on the Diamondbacks tomorrow. Ryan Nelson's pitched really well all season. 2.6 ERA at home. This Boston lineup's missing their best bat probably for the rest of the season. I think this is a spot where he pitches really well. Brian Bayo, he's been elite on the road too. Not a lot of bad starts to look at. San Diego got 5 earned runs off him last time he was out there on the West Coast. I think the Diamondbacks find a way to get some runs off him. I'm just not going to play this because I don't trust that bullpen, but I could be convinced into a first 5 look here.
Yeah, I really like that under 9. If I'm honest, I've been kind of looking at it for like 40 minutes. I just don't understand like what I'm missing. I've went back to this game like 2 or 3 times. I feel like I like you said, Bayo's been good on the road at Baltimore, on the road at the Yankees. The Padres got to him in that weird start, but then was 7 innings of 1-run baseball in Minnesota before that. You mentioned his numbers on the road. Like, I have no reason to believe that he doesn't pitch well tomorrow. Ryan Nelson has had some ups and downs over his last, say, 7 starts, but I mean, do we really worry about a bad start on the road in Colorado? Not so much, because he followed that up with a really good start in Milwaukee. Texas got to him. Detroit got to him. But again, I don't think those lineups are comparable to this Boston lineup with the way that they've been playing without Roman Anthony at all. Even the 5 runs that they put up on Friday night, I mean, 4 of them came in the 8th inning against that bullpen that obviously Spoon mentioned. But I mean, I still feel like both of these pitchers can go out there and pitch 6 or 7 innings of each of 1 or 2 run baseball. And if the bullpens were to give up 5 or 6 runs, I mean, so be it. But it's under 9 for me. I'm very, very close to playing it. I truly don't understand why there's a 9 going up with the way this Boston offense has been playing and the way that Bayo's been pitching this year. So, anywho, that is the end of it. Sauce, what time is NFL in the morning? 11 a.m.?
11 a.m. Eastern Time's the live show. I got a video coming up where I go through like 6 or 7 1 p.m. games. Give me about it's all recorded, and it'll probably be up in like 45 minutes.
Perfect.
See you guys.